Well, as we continue our Dolly Parton coverage this morning, she leaves behind a musical legacy that spans decades and generations, but perhaps one of her most meaningful legacies is one that arrives in a mailbox. For more than 30 years, her Imagination Library has delivered free books to children around the world, and she called the program one of her proudest accomplishments. And this morning, as the world remembers the country music icon, the fight to keep that program alive is just beginning.
I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
For millions of children, receiving a gift from Dolly Parton was nothing unusual. A book, month after month, delivered free to their front door, from the day they're born until kindergarten. Parton created the Imagination Library in 1995, inspired by her father, who could not read or write.
He was one of the wisest men I've ever known, but I knew in my heart this inability to read probably kept him from seeing all his dreams come true.
Dolly's goal was simple: make sure every child, regardless of their family's income, has access to books during the critical first years of their life. And her inspiration, her dad, not only saw her musical success, but her philanthropic success as well.
He loved it when the kids called me the book lady. To him, that was more important than say, I'm a star.
The program grew from a small effort in Parton's home state of Tennessee into an international literacy initiative. More than 330 million books have been gifted since the program was created. More than 3 million are mailed each month. And 1 in 6 children under the age of 5 in the United States now receives a monthly book. And the impact reaches beyond the child. Parents and grandparents are encouraged to read together with their kids.
It's a fact. Reading to preschool children is one of the most important things we can do for them.
But Dolly's death on Tuesday comes as the program she created faces a very different kind of challenge: money. Most of the funding for the Imagination Library comes from on-the-ground groups like nonprofits, school districts, and local businesses, and in some cases with help from the government. Some lawmakers say states simply have more pressing needs and argue the private sector can keep that program going. But advocates question whether that's sustainable long-term. In Missouri, lawmakers cut millions from the program's budget this year. Existing recipients will continue receiving books, but new children can't enroll. Indiana State eliminated its 50% funding match, leaving libraries and nonprofits scrambling to make up the difference. And cuts, or threats of cuts, can be seen from Maine to Kentucky, impacting thousands of children. Earlier this year, ahead of their wedding, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce donated millions to Imagination Library.
Taylor and Travis, it's Dolly. And I was just told that you two are making a donation of $2 million to my Imagination Library. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm blown away and overjoyed with that gratitude.
While private money is helping carry on Dolly's public mission, supporters say it's not enough. In Washington State, where more than 80,000 children participate, State Superintendent Chris Reichtel is urging lawmakers to restore full funding as a tribute to Dolly's memory. Earlier this year, he called the decision to eliminate state support senseless. Even though Dolly is gone, for now, her books are still arriving. And in lieu of flowers, her family is asking fans to honor her memory by supporting the Imagination Library. A final page, but not, her supporters hope, the end of Dolly's story.
So I just love people, and they feel close to me, and I just feel like everybody's my family.
Yeah, she planted that seed, that love of reading in children around the world that they will carry with them for the rest of time. The world needed her, that is for sure. And remember, you can donate by visiting imaginationlibrary.com.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.